Most Singaporeans think they're on track for retirement. Got CPF, paid off the flat, maybe some savings in the bank. But what if I told you that even after working for 40 years, paying CPF every month, and owning $1 million HDB flat, you could still end up cash poor, struggling to afford kopi in retirement? You see, Singapore's retirement system looks solid on paper. But the truth is, most people will struggle to retire comfortably. Because CPF gives you safety, not freedom. And freedom only comes from cash flow that grows with you. So make sure you stay till the end. I'll show you exactly how dividends can plug your retirement gap and help you build true financial flexibility. Like this video so more Singaporeans can see this before it's too late. And subscribe to Wealth for You, where we help you become cash flow rich, not just paper rich. Disclaimer. This video is for education, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before making investment decisions. Chapter 1. The Singapore Retirement Trap. It's a fully funded, mandatory saving system, not dependent on taxes or future generations. And it's admired globally for its strong returns and sustainability. Through CPF LIFE, our lifelong income for the elderly scheme, Singaporeans receive guaranteed monthly payouts for as long as they live. It's designed so that no one who joins the scheme ever runs out of money in old age. That's powerful, and something many countries can only dream of. But here's the catch. CPF Life is built for basic retirement adequacy, not luxury or financial freedom. The basic retirement sum and full retirement sum are meant to cover essential needs: food, transport, medical bills, utilities, not overseas holidays or private health care. Even if you max it out with the enhanced retirement sum, which for those turning 55 in 2025 is $426,000, your monthly payout from 65 will be around $3,100 to $3,300 under the standard plan. That's a very decent foundation. But let's be real. With rising costs of living, private medical insurance, and the occasional family treat or short getaway, those payouts may still feel tight. Over time, inflation quietly eats away your purchasing power, and what feels comfortable at 65 might not stretch as far by 75 or 80. So while CPF Life gives you stability and security, it doesn't automatically give you freedom and flexibility. That's the heart of Singapore's retirement gap. You can be asset-rich, your HDB paid up, your CPF account full, but still kopi money poor, with limited monthly cash flow to enjoy the life you've worked decades to build. Chapter 2. The $1 million flat problem. Many Singaporeans say with pride, "It's okay lah, my flat is worth $1 million." And on paper, that's true. Property here has built immense wealth for past generations. But the problem comes when that $1 million asset can't buy you your daily kopi. A flat is an asset, yes, but it's also a non-liquid one. You can't easily withdraw $500 from your HDB every month to pay bills. Your home gives you security and a roof over your head, but it doesn't provide spendable cash flow unless you find ways to unlock it. That's why even homeowners with fully paid flats can feel cash tight in retirement. They are asset-rich, but cash poor. Now, the government does offer ways to monetize your flat. For example, the lease buyback scheme, where you sell part of your remaining lease back to HDB in exchange for a lump sum and higher CPF Life payouts. Another option is right-sizing, selling a larger flat to buy a smaller one and putting the proceeds into your CPF retirement account or savings. These schemes are practical and can boost your monthly income modestly, but they're not the same as having independent, flexible cash flow. The money still ends up mostly inside CPF Life, which keeps your income stable but not necessarily abundant. So even if your flat is technically worth $1 million, you can't easily turn it into daily kopi money unless you sell, downsize, or unlock the lease. That's why so many retirees find themselves comfortable on paper but constrained in lifestyle. Their wealth is tied up in brick and mortar, not in living, breathing cash flow. The takeaway? Owning property gives you security, but only cash flow from investments, dividends, or other income streams gives you freedom. Chapter 3. Comfort versus Adequacy. Let's look at cold, hard numbers, because this is where, honestly, many retirees realize the gap. On one hand, there's the baseline of the CPF LIFE scheme. For members turning age 55 in 2025, the basic retirement sum, or BRS, is $106,500, which corresponds to monthly payouts of about $840 to $900 under the standard plan from age 65. The full retirement sum, or FRS, is $213,000, which yields roughly $1,590 to $1,710 a month from age 65 under the standard plan. And the enhanced retirement sum, or ERS, is now $426,000, and topping up to that gives monthly payouts in the ballpark of $3,100 to $3,300 a month under the standard plan if you start at 65. Now, on the other hand, the comfortable retirement lifestyle that, many Singaporeans imagine includes things like regular out-with-friends kopi and meals, travel or staycations every now and then, private health care, or higher tiers of medical cover, hobbies, giving to family or grandchildren, and, of course, the cushion to say, I don't have to work again if I don't want to. Here's where the gap emerges. Let's say your recurring monthly spend in retirement ends up being $2,400 to $3,000 or more. And honestly, that's pretty realistic given inflation, lifestyle choices, dependence, and rising healthcare costs. If your CPF LIFE payout is in the range of $1,590 to $1,700 at the FRS level, or even just $840 to $900 at the BRS level, you'll still be short about $700 to $1,400 or more per month. Even hitting the ERS payout of around $3,100 a month gives you much stronger footing, but that requires $426,000 in retirement savings by age 55, which not everyone can achieve. And even then, that payout may not keep pace with inflation over many years. So yes, CPF LIFE is doing its job by giving you a guaranteed floor. But the uncomfortable truth is, it rarely gives you the level of cash flow freedom that many retirees hope for. The result? You might be secure, but you're not comfortable. You are supported, but you don't necessarily thrive. In short, you may be adequate, but you're missing comfort. That's the gap many Singaporeans will face. Being asset-rich, flat-paid, CPF set aside, yet still lacking sufficient monthly spendable cash flow for the lifestyle they envisioned. Chapter 4. How Dividends Can Help. This is where dividend investing steps in. Not as a magic fix, but really as one of the most practical tools to bridge your retirement cash flow gap. Unlike CPF LIFE, which gives you a guaranteed payout, dividend investments can create an independent, flexible stream of income that starts well before age 65. When you own dividend-paying shares, REITs, or income ETFs, you're essentially taking a share of the company's profits. And they pay you part of it regularly, often every quarter or half year. Here's why many Singaporeans use dividends as a complement to CPF. First, cash flow you control. You decide when to invest, when to sell, and how much income to reinvest. Second, earlier income stream. You don't need to wait till 65 to receive payouts. Dividend income can start flowing as soon as you invest. And third, tax-free advantage. In Singapore, dividends from locally listed companies and REITs are generally tax-exempt, so what you receive is yours in full. Let's see how this can look in numbers. Suppose you build a $200,000 REIT portfolio at a 5.5% yield. That's around $11,000 a year. Add another $100,000 in dividend ETFs or blue-chip stocks at about 4% yield. That's about $4,000 a year. Together, that's roughly $1,250 a month, enough to comfortably plug the shortfall between CPF payouts and your everyday spending. However, and this is important, dividends are not guaranteed. Companies can cut or suspend payouts during recessions. REIT distributions fluctuate with rental cycles. That's why dividend investing should be seen as part of a diversified retirement plan, not a replacement for CPF Life. You can balance it like this. CPF Life is your guaranteed lifelong base income. Dividends are your flexible, growth-linked income that can rise with inflation. SSBs or bond funds act as your safety buffer for market downturns. This combination helps you stay both secure and free. CPF keeps the lights on. Dividends buy you the kopi, the family dinners, and the occasional weekend in JB. In short, CPF Life gives you stability. Dividends give you freedom. And together, they form the foundation of a cash flow-rich retirement. Chapter 5. The Complete Cash Flow Game Plan. Dividends aren't the only way to build retirement freedom. They're just one piece of a bigger puzzle. In Singapore, the smartest retirees create multiple income streams, some stable, some flexible, because relying solely on CPF Life often covers only a basic lifestyle, not a comfortable one. Here are several levers available to every Singaporean. First, top up your SRS, or Supplementary Retirement Scheme. SRS top-ups are tax-deductible, up to $15,300 a year, within the overall $80,000 personal relief cap. The funds can be invested in REITs, ETFs, or bond funds to build diversified long-term income. When you withdraw at the statutory retirement age, currently 63 for new accounts, only 50% of withdrawals are taxable, which keeps your tax bill light even in retirement. Second, right-size your property, or use the lease buyback scheme. Selling a larger flat to move into a smaller one, or a two-room flexi, frees up cash you can channel into your CPF retirement account to boost CPF Life payouts. Alternatively, under the lease buyback scheme, seniors can sell the tail end of their flat's lease back to HDB, also topping up their retirement account for higher lifelong income. In some cases, the Silver Housing Bonus gives an extra cash bonus when right-sizing and topping up the retirement account. Third, pursue meaningful part-time work or side projects. Many older Singaporeans continue working part-time, teaching, mentoring, consulting, or doing community work. It provides supplementary income and keeps you socially and mentally active, something no investment can replace. Each of these paths has trade-offs, but together they form a strong foundation. Don't depend on just one system. Build multiple reliable income sources, some guaranteed, some market-linked, that grow faster than inflation. When you combine them, the new retirement equation becomes simple but powerful. CPF Life plus dividends plus health equals freedom. CPF Life gives you the floor, your secure inflation-protected base income. Dividends and other investment returns like bond interest or rental income build the ceiling, the kopi money and travel fund that make life enjoyable. And health, physical, mental, and emotional, is the roof that keeps everything standing. You don't need millions to retire well. You just need steady, sustainable cash flow that compounds quietly in the background while you rest, reinvest, and live life on your own terms. Final thoughts. Retirement isn't about stopping work. It's about making your money start working harder than you ever did. CPF Life protects your foundation. Dividends, investments, and flexible work expand your possibilities. And your health and habits keep it all sustainable for decades to come. So the real danger isn't losing your CPF. It's never learning how to create cash flow beyond it. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button so more Singaporeans can see it, subscribe to Wealth for You, and join our mission to build a community that's not just paper-rich, but truly cash flow-rich.